All right, that's going, and then I need to take a second to look at your deck list because I don't remember it. And then maybe a
Okay,
look at my
the
own deck list because I don't remember it.
the game is Spooky Cube, and the password is Spooty, all in lowercase.
Sick. Oh boy. All right. Got to go up against another. Well, I was gonna say removal heavy deck. I guess you're not really removal heavy.
No, I can side into it, but
True. Probably good there. How do you feel about this matchup? Do you think you're favored?
I don't know. Your deck is the one I'm really curious about because, in general, I am just constantly always thinking about what to do with Gruul. Um,
That's
After
totally fair.
Library Magic yesterday, someone challenged me like, "Hey, what would it look like if you got rid of werewolves entirely?" Which I do not want to do.
Fair.
Um,
It'd really suck for me at the moment.
oh yes,
I wouldn't have a
obviously,
deck.
but I do wonder about what like a less werewolf heavy version of Gruul would look like, where instead of it being like, "Hey, you're drafting the werewolf deck," just kind of cut the tribal thing and like
Right.
replace some of the more chaffy this only goes in a werewolf deck spells with like Jeff and I came up with a pretty decent list of like more kind of like hasty and like haste enabling like stompy type cards.
Sure, sure, sure. Well, yeah, I mean, I totally get that, right? Because with anything like this that requires you to have a, admittedly, especially for werewolves, it's got to be incredibly high density. Um,
Hmm.
and especially considering the fact that not all of them are daybound, nightbound, right? And so it's probably hard to balance having the density, having the power, and also not having it be parasitic, as some might say. Um,
Yes.
I will say, like, it's impossible to get a feel for that in a roto draft.
Yeah.
I will say that this roto draft, in my opinion, you probably feel differently given the seat that you were in. But
Hmm.
from my seat, I was like, wow, this feels like the most on rails roto draft we've had so far.
I did not get that impression at all because I felt like I
Okay.
was fighting a lot, but
Yeah. But yeah, for
I was
me,
having.
yeah. For me, it was pretty much like, okay, I took, what was it? Tovalar? Tovalar's Huntmaster as like a, I don't know, this is probably, maybe this is the best card in his cube. And then it probably isn't, but like,
Yeah.
and then after
I
that, I was
guess
like, I don't necessarily want to play werewolves. And everyone was like, well, you're playing werewolves now. And I'm like, I guess I'm just going to grab all the werewolves and play the werewolves deck.
this is the thing that like is constantly I don't know what to make of it. Like I was talking about this yesterday. There's something about werewolves where
Wolves.
everybody ignores a werewolf card unless they're in the werewolf tribal deck,
Mm-hmm.
and then they ignore anything that's not a werewolf.
Yeah, can
It's
agree.
so it's so weird to me because there are like I don't know why Fizz decided to splash into black for like a spells payoff when there are spells payoffs in red that you don't want.
Correct. I
It's
noticed
just they
those.
happen to be a werewolf. So
Yep.
it's like, well, that's a werewolf. I don't want this. I'm like, this fits into your deck without you having to like strain your mana base as much.
Well, yeah, and werewolves naturally play well with instant speed effects.
Yeah.
So I could totally see why that would make a sense.
Yeah, and I can't remember what you drafted, but like I feel like I've seen people draft werewolf decks and they're like, well, I don't need Hell Rider, I don't need Balustrade Worm, I don't need like Uvenwald Oddity. I'm like, why would you not put this into this deck? Like I know it doesn't have like a tribal payoff, but like you're the
Yeah,
mid-rangey creature stompy deck. You want this shit.
I did grab the balustrade worm, and I when I grabbed
Hmm.
it, my reasoning was this is the best thing I can do at 5 mana, even
Yeah.
making, well, at least that was left over, I guess, because I had already grabbed the what is it, the volatile arsonist. But that was pretty much
Yeah.
it. Like I had volatile arsonist, and I had the red overlord, didn't have a chance to grab the green one, and I was just like, well,
Hmm.
I mean, I can grab balustrade worm, or I can grab like a 3/3 that makes a 1/1 if it
Mhm.
lives. Like, yeah. I honestly I'm pretty happy with how my deck turned out. I know I'm currently 0-1, but it was at least close, and I also felt like, you know, I don't think that's a lost match every time. I think that it's a bad matchup, and I think it's a winnable matchup at the same time. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see. My opinion right now, looking at our two decks from a very, very broad point, I think
Mhm.
I'm favored because I'm the slightly bigger aggro deck.
You're the
However,
bigger aggro deck,
yeah.
yeah.
However,
I've got more evasion than you.
you have more evasion and you have more haste. And with having Hellrider, you have a more bombastic finish
Yeah.
potentially than I do. And I also think that because we're both aggro decks, because I'm the werewolf deck and you are not, that might be a reason to favor you because you're going to be playing spells. You're possibly going to be playing two spells a turn, at key
Mhm.
moments. And if my turn is, I choose to take the turn off, even to activate, an activated ability or whatever and get some extra value, that might be make a 1/1 counter and, flip two guys. And especially if you then follow up with, I'm going to play two on curve creatures and attack you. Like, that's,
Mhm.
I think that could be pretty bad for me. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I think the sideboards are going to play a lot of a part in this matchup. I think the
Yeah,
uh, the die roll
I
matters a
think
lot.
I think some people got too caught up in hate drafting and didn't really realize that this is very much a cube that you sideboarded.
Yeah, I definitely was grabbing sideboard things as I
Yeah.
could. I'm so glad I picked up the Pyroclasm when I did.
Uh-huh.
I wanted that sooner, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to make any enemies too early. All right,
I
well,
wish
I'm gonna go and join in your game here.
All right.
Figured I'd get a little bit of a mini interview in.
For the episode of Sully Singleton, that's totally going to happen.
Oh yeah, well, at this point, it'll be a super cut of every single
Multiple
draft we do. It'll be like a
rotisseries.
10-hour video 10 years from now. I should just load up another deck and blow your mind. I'll be like, this is my commander.
I am kind of debating what we had talked about, building like a final boss deck and just going through and like building something out of the dregs to play the champion with.
I'm
Because I
really
think there's a really solid spirits deck that was not drafted.
Oh, absolutely. I kind of wanted to draft that, but I would have had to fight too hard to get
Ah,
into two completely opposite colors of what I drafted so far. So
I have rolled a 2, so
we are all in agreement that a 13 beats a 20, right? Because that's what I rolled in my
uh,
first match.
a 13 beats a 20. Yes,
Yes, yes.
yes,
Well, it's a seven,
definitely.
nevertheless.
For this cube, the 13 is the critical success.
Exactly. I can't hate this. I don't think I can love it, but I can't hate it.
I'll try this.
All right, and obviously I'll be going first. So, good luck, my friend.
Good
May you
luck.
get both of your colors.
I I will let you know. I have both colors.
Oh, then I'm fucked, man. I'm gonna evolving wilds for a mountain. You go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna play a mountain. I'm gonna pass.
Doesn't look
And
like
by a
it.
mountain, I mean a swamp.
Oops. Okay. I mean, this biggest reason why I've got this guy. Turn 2 daybound.
Ooh. All right. So we have to keep track of that. Okay.
Yep, I'll
All
take
right.
care of it as best as I can.
Well, nuts. Pass.
Oh baby. All right. So at upkeep, this transforms. This transforms into this thing I've never seen before. Let's all learn what my card does now, shall we? Okay, so same naturalize effect, and then what? Ooh! I mean,
Yep.
might not be relevant, but it's a 3/3.
It is a 3/3.
Alright, draw main phase. Um. Okay. Well, let's go to combat.
All right,
I'm gonna
I'm
attack you
taking
for
three,
3,
I
and I'm gonna
think.
destroy your artifact or enchantment.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play out Bleeding Woods and pass.
Okay. I'm gonna draw more land. Hmm.
Oh, and I didn't play any spells, so it transforms a third time.
Oh yeah, that's definitely how it goes. It's Niter.
It's
All right, I'm gonna pass.
Niter. End of your turn. I am going to abrade that.
Damn.
Yup.
Okay.
Off to the races, my friend. All right, let's play a land out. Combat.
Yep.
Attacking for 3,
Taking three.
and I'm going to pass.
Oh, that's a lot of mana. Boy, I wonder if there might be some sort of flash wolf. Hmm.
You can't know
Yeah,
for sure.
it's the girl, Olivia,
It's Olivia, the Vol of the Darrens.
and I will pass.
That's OG, right? Yeah, it is.
It is OG, Olivia.
Where's her third leg?
Oh, wait, do you have a different art than I do? Do you not have the OG art?
Correct. I have Secret Lair something art.
Oh, the terrible Fang one?
I don't think so. It looks like she's got like big spines behind her.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
seen that one.
I don't know. I would screen share with you, but I'm worried I'm gonna reveal something. Anyway,
Thankfully, I have oh yeah, okay.
you see it?
Oh yeah, it's the terrible Crimson Vow frame.
Yeah, I don't know. The set is SLD, so it's like Secret Lair fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, on your end step, I am going to play a wolf. I'm going to flash in Pack
Is a
Guardian,
knight. Oh,
and I'm
not the
going to
wolf I was
discard a
expecting.
forest to make a wolf token,
Oh ho.
and then I'm going to move to my turn. All right. Well, I can't say I'm feeling bad right now. I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to
All
attack you
right.
with everything.
Uh, I'm gonna block a wolf. I'm gonna take 7.
Not so fast. Which wolf?
The token.
All right. I'm going to flash in a Spirit of the Hunt and give all of them +3 toughness.
Fair. I take 7.
Yep. And I will go to main 2, and I'm going to play a land for turn, and I'm going to pass.
All right. I will untap and draw.
I'm feeling okay right now.
Play a land. This night nonsense has to end. How do I want to do that? I think I'm gonna do it this way. We're gonna get a blood tithe harvester.
Okay.
I'm gonna make myself a blood token.
The single most powerful token that exists.
It is. Then we're gonna get a Razorkin Needlehead for
Okay.
a strike on my turn. Pings you every time you draw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and pass to you. It's gonna be daytime.
Okay. So we'll go one step at a time here. Untap, upkeep. This will transform. This will transform. And then we'll go to draw. I will draw, take a damage. And we'll go to main. And we'll go to combat. And I'll go to attackers.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack you.
Did you take the one from the draw? Yes, you did.
I did, yes.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna throw Olivia there. And throw the harvester there. And I do think I unfortunately have to. Do I have a block there? That dies, that survives, that dies, that dies. Yeah, I think I gotta unfortunately throw this away to stay alive. I'm still
Well,
probably gonna die of a
unfortunately
hard
for you,
spell
I
here.
did top deck the Night Pack Ambusher.
Yeah.
So these trade This guy lives,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy also lives, actually.
Yup.
So that's going to be 5 damage.
Yeah. Death, death, death. And I am gonna scoop because
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
fair.
there's a card I can draw that gets me out of this. And a mountain sure was not gonna do it.
Oof.
All right, just sideboarding.
Okay. Now I'm curious what I do from this point forward, because that didn't give me any information.
You
I think the
you will
information
not.
it gave me is, hey, did you know in your curve out aggro deck, it's really good to go first and curve out,
Right?
and then like have every specific combat trick you need. All right. Well, let's see here. This is where I board in Henrika Dumnathi just to get in your head.
I mean, that's a body. You come out. You come out.
We're doing like the same thing. We're like, hey, you're
I
out,
think
you're
you
in,
come
you're
out.
in, you're out, you're definitely out. This is probably too slow in this matchup on the draw.
I think you come out too.
You know, it didn't really make that much of a difference apart from me having a 2 mana 3/3, but the turn 2 Daybound, or rather turn 2 Nightbound, I
It's pretty
guess.
good.
Yeah,
I mean, depending on what you would have drawn, that could have been real bad for me.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely something I was like, so it's very clear I need to get something with Daybound out on turn 2 or 3. And then I need to have a density of effects that can trigger to Nightbound effectively on turn 4 or
Hmm.
3. That was kind of my main reasoning for picking the certain things that I picked. Does this matter? I mean, I guess. This doesn't. This doesn't. This could. Actually, this probably does. Let's bring that in. Yeah, let's try
You know
this.
what? I'm gonna bring one in just for you.
Oh no. All right. Oop. You'll be going first then, I presume.
I feel good about this. I'll keep.
This is an interesting hand. I'm pretty sure this hand is wrong to keep, but I'm going to because it's the devil I know.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. All right.
Mountain and pass.
Okay, I do like to see no turn 1 play. That's good. Uh Stop me if you've seen this one before.
Is it an evolving wilds?
It's an evolving wilds, but this
Is
time
it?
I'm going to
Is it?
get something called a forest,
Oh,
and I'll pass.
mountain, mountain, swamp, pass.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess my fear of getting beat down is just about finished. Uh,
Oh yeah, I slowed down. You will see.
Stop me if you've seen this one before. Outland
Is it?
Liberator.
Is it a? Oh, well,
Whoops, that does not transform. Or does it?
rather presumptuous of you, sir.
I'll go ahead and transform all my guys. All right, moving to end phase.
I will draw. I will play another swamp. Then
And then
play
do
out
nothing.
Liliana, Heretical Healer, 2/3 lifelink.
Yes. Okay, so we want her gone first. Gotcha.
Well,
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
preferably another creature that I control at some point in the future.
No, no, no. We the royal we that is actually just me. Me wants her
Ah,
gone
yes,
first.
you want
Yes.
her gone. Got it.
All right, my turn then.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Play a land.
You know, you could take your turn off here and flip your werewolf.
That's true, and it'd be bigger than Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can simply attack her directly. Alas, I shall be playing the Hound Tamer.
Ah.
Yeah. You know, if you look at Hound Tamer's art, well, never mind. I was gonna say it doesn't say that it's the woman that's the Hound Tamer. It might be the dog, but then it says human werewolf. So never mind. uh, go ahead. It reminds me. So there's this hero in Flesh and Blood right now. His name is uh, Victor something something something, and it's this
Von Frankenstein.
like oh no, my dog.
Your dog.
All right, that sucks. Um, he's just like shit eating grin, rich boy on a horse in like
Nice.
full armor. And the joke is that he's not the hero, it's the horse he's on top of. So the horse's name is Victor, and that's right, it's Victor High and Mighty. So the joke is that Victor is the horse. I don't know, it's very funny to me.
Actually,
Something
I
I
kind
thought
of like that because that is kind of what the Frankenstein thing with Victor Frankenstein.
of.
Actually, the horse is the monster, not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Land for turn. Combat.
Okay.
Attack you for 2.
Hmm. So depending on what you have here, you either have nothing and you're bluffing. You've got the ambusher and I get blown out. You've got the pack leader and it lives. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to take 2.
Okay. Main 2. I ninjutsu? No.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck! Wow, really didn't play around that one. Who put that in the cube? Okay. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and pass, and I'm going to transform to knight on your turn.
Okay. Is this on attack? It is on attack. Okay. Untap draw. Well, that's a way of doing it.
No, my counters. Yeah, that just happens. I think.
All right.
Yep, that
Yep.
happens.
Yeah, I'll pass.
End of your turn, I'll flash in a pack
What was it?
guardian.
Ah, the Guardian.
I'll
Okay.
discard a. I think you accidentally untapped.
Oh, I did. Sorry.
I'll
I was trying
discard
to
a
pass.
Rockfall Veil. Make that. All right.
Okay.
Still moving to my turn then.
Yep.
Okay then. Oh, run it back.
You possibly have another one?
He couldn't
4
possibly
cards
have
in my hands.
multiple wolves in his werewolf deck. He's only got 4 cards left.
Now, let me really metagame this. If you had the Night Pack Ambusher, that would have seemingly been. Because if you had other flash creatures, you could have started getting wolves. But I'm also assuming that you played that ideally. And I'm assuming that the way I'm thinking about this is ideally, which maybe it's not, because maybe you want to trap me into a bad block. Um, yeah, let's find out.
Okay. Let's move to damage.
All right.
So this will die. You ultimately lose 2 life, effectively.
Okay.
Second main. I'm going to hit you with the Pyroclasm.
Okay. I get 2 more counters on the chainsaw.
Jeez, that's right. It's 1 or more creatures, not just you
Mm-hmm.
control. That's crazy. I'm also going to play a land, and I'm going to play out a transformed Weaver of Blossoms into a blossom-clad werewolf. But unfortunately, that means it's going to become day on your turn.
Yes.
So I'll move to end, and I'll begin transforming.
All right.
Good thing that good thing my werewolf had a downside there. He was a whole 3/4.
Let me think. 1 card in hand?
1 card in hand. It's Tovalor's Packmaster. Or Huntmaster.
I bet it is. We're gonna play Sulfum.
Okay, let me just fully read through this again. I know vaguely what it does, but I need to make sure I
There's some
understand
reading.
completely. Yeah. So it's that text, but
Yup.
it has to be non-combat and only to the opponent, and it deals dubbage. It deals dubbage,
Yup.
and then you can pay to discard and put an indestructible counter on him. Yikes. Okay,
And I will pass.
sounds good. uh,
If it's Land Huntmaster, I'm gonna be pissed.
all right, well, let's start off with combat here.
Yep.
Uh, I guess I'll just attack the Pack Guardian. That's fine.
I'll take it.
All right. Land Huntmaster.
Jesus. Okay.
The best part, I did not have the Huntmaster in my hand. I had the Forest.
Well.
Go ahead.
Well. Untap drama.
Please don't blow me out, man. I deserve this because I top decked.
We're gonna play Bloodline Calling, choosing creature tokens, get -2, -2.
Okay, that does suck. You get another chainsaw trigger.
Another 2. Oh,
Just
it's
one.
1 at a
Yeah.
time, right? Yeah. We're gonna pass.
I need to just see what this other side does. Sorry.
It's basically
Let's
a
see.
yeah.
So then it becomes the
It's a
full
Titan.
Titan.
Yeah.
Because this other one wasn't a full Titan, right?
Right.
No, it's
That's
just
just on
enters.
enter.
Yeah.
Full. Yeah.
So full
Pack
Titan,
leader.
and then
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fighty
and then you've
fight.
got a good activated ability to sink in too.
Okay, sick. All right. My turn then.
Yes.
Well, I go to combat.
Yep.
Using its ability then. All right, I'm gonna respond to its ability.
Okay.
Flash and Night back.
And I just die.
You don't just die immediately, but
No, I do. Yeah. Well, yeah, I will. Fuck. And now I draw the 5th land. God damn it.
What are you waiting
Well,
on?
that was
Oh, right, that
the
card.
tournament.
Oh no.
Fuck.
That's all right,
Mm,
man. You get
yeah,
to
that's
just sit back and
frustrating.
enjoy your cube.
That is true.
Just no pressure, right?
Right.
Werewolf's deck is fine. You just got to top deck
Yeah.
exactly what you need over and over again.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I have another half of this deck that I didn't see in either of the two games. I just saw the
I was
same
gonna
half
say,
both games.
I am capable of casting cards with this deck.
The top deck Tovalar's Huntmaster, I was like, oh no, no, no. Because up to that point I was like, yeah, I'm really petering out here. The
Uh-huh.
That was probably good enough. Top decking the Ambusher was just like, all right, come on now. We don't need to do all this.
Going going what was it? 5 turns without drawing a land?
Yeah, that would have. So
Yeah.
let's see. So if you played that last turn, that leaves me with just the Huntmaster, which you then block.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Would die due to Sulfum.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was just gonna completely wipe everything.
Oh, that would have been bad. Yeah, because
And
the
I've
stuff
had that
I'm
in my
drawing was
hand.
like really inconsequential for the next few
Yeah.
turns.
I've had that in my hand since my opening hand.
Oh
It's just
no.
I got fucking screwed again and I couldn't play it.
That's brutal, man.
But you're right, now I just get to watch back and hear the reports.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty satisfied with how I played turn like 3 and 4 there, where I started attacking. I
Yeah.
was bluffing. But I had it was a smart bluff because I had several lines that I could take. So basically from turn 3 where I was attacking into Liliana, I had the mana to, if let's say you block, I can
Mhm.
either choose to go, okay, sack my guy to kill your chainsaw and use the rest of the 3 mana to play my Weaver of Blossoms, or I can say, okay, it's worthwhile to go ahead and Pyroclasm here, um, and that's my whole turn. But then I get rid of Liliana. Like there were options there where I could have that choice, and then I also had the Pack Guardian at that same exact time where I could make the choice if you don't block to just flash that in,
Mhm.
or after damage I could destroy the chainsaw, get the Weaver. So it was like I just attack here, like I just attack here and get in his head a little bit. That's all. But yeah,
Yeah, I had a feeling that you were bluffing. I was like, you probably got something, but I don't think you got the ambusher yet. Did you have the
yeah.
ambusher? No, you would have flashed
Nope.
it in.
Ambusher was
Yeah.
last final top deck there.
Yeah.
No, I just had ways to spend my mana throughout the turn depending on what you did. It
Mhm.
really helped that if you blocked, I did have the option to either send the Pyroclasm to get rid of Liliana, which I think is worthwhile because I don't I don't remember fully what the other side does, but I do know it would have gotten a lot harder to win
Mhm.
from there. Or just being able to get the chainsaw, which I know is also problematic, and still using the rest of my mana that turn effectively. So
I think I should have just let the chainsaw go.
what
I
was your
probably should have held.
Oh, right, because you exiled my guy.
Yeah, I probably should have held on to that removal. But my concern was, yeah, if it flips, it's gone next time you attack. If it flips,
Yeah,
because
at
I
that
wouldn't have had a
point,
turn. I wouldn't have had to play that turn either.
yeah. Yeah, at that point, I still had plenty of cards in hand. You didn't even know about the Pack Guardian yet.
Yeah, yeah, I
That
should have
might have,
held on.
yeah, that might have been
Mhm.
correct. Because, like, did you have something else you could have done that turn?
At that time, I yes, but I wanted to hold some cards in hand to be able to activate Sulfum if I needed to.
Okay, gotcha.
Um, so I probably would have. Yeah, that's the hard thing. Like if I hold on to that removal, I'm basically giving up on the chainsaw,
Which I think
which
is fine. Like, I definitely, if I had the opportunity to just get rid of the chainsaw, obviously I'm going to get rid of it, right? Because it turns any one of your creatures into something that can trade with mine. But,
I had a life linker in hand, so that was
ooh, okay,
a
well, yeah,
reason why
that,
I wanted to keep it.
well, and also if you assume that Liliana sticks around, even throwing it on her is fantastic. So that
Yeah,
actually makes sense. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes your opponent top decks Tovolars. That's really just what it comes down to, I guess. Because like at that point, I had nothing. It was just a land in hand, and I'm like, well, either I have it or I don't, and then I did. So all I
So
brought in
I'm
against
looking.
you was the Pyroclasm and the Prey Upon. I took out a Lunar Frenzy and Runebound Wolf.
Oh, I brought in like all of my removal and took out basically all of my one drops. See, I was in a weird spot with my deck because like I kept feeling like every way I tried to draft, I got cut off and
Hmm.
hated out on.
Yeah.
So it was like I've got like three partial decks, and I don't know which one is the one that I'm actually able to play because Brilio cut me off of like vampires.
Yeah, I think that this is like somewhat unrelated. I think us moving to where we don't have the owner draft the cube is going to be a positive thing overall.
Yes.
I think that's going to work out. We're killing so many birds with one stone here.
Yeah. Yeah. No,